Hey, welcome to another meal prep. Now, y'all know I don't ever talk about my hair like, oh, look what my hair does. So what's my hair look like? Because I don't really care. What you see is what you get here. But I sit down to look and I can see these things because I don't have much hair there as it is. And it's very fly away. I had bangs, if you could call them that, until I opened up the oven. I got it on 425 for the Brussel Sprouts. And when I opened it up and that heat whooshed up, it just whooshed my hair up. And now it's just doing that. So you get dinner and a show today. Anyway, what I made today was just super easy and super straightforward and very delicious. For breakfast, I made the gingerbread baked oatmeal. I've made it before, and it's really tasty. Super easy to make. Make 6 servings. Very straightforward. Then for, what's next? Lunch, I made garlic shrimp. And instead of making individual servings, I'm serving it family style, buffet style, however you want to call it, where I'm just going to portion it out, each day that I have my meal. I did make the garlic shrimp the first time when I was low carb, and I mentioned it in the video. I used real butter, so you can still use real butter if you want to spend points on it, but I explained to you when I'm cooking why I decided to use light butter. And then for dessert, we're having Roy's light pumpkin pie, and his link to his recipe will be in the description box, as will the links to the other 2 recipes, which are already on my website, so that makes today's editing process even easier. I think I'm going to adjust, oh, that is right, the oatmeal. I don't think I told you, I did change, I took out the tablespoon of coconut oil, and for me, I'm simply feeling it dropped it from 2 points to 1 point, and I can use that point during the week. You know what I mean? With 49 weeklies, you can use all the points you can get. And I don't think that 1 point, that 1 tablespoon of coconut oil will make a difference in the texture. I really don't. But you can make it however you want to make it. So that is it for this week. And I hope everybody has a good weekend ahead of them. I feel good now that mine is done and it's out of my hair. And I can just enjoy the rest of my weekend and look forward to some really good food to eat next week. So let's just turn around and get started. For the baked gingerbread oatmeal, we're going to start with 2 cups of old-fashioned oatmeal. Now I'm going to look at my cheat sheet so I can tell you we have the dry ingredients: a teaspoon of baking powder, 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, teaspoon of cloves, half teaspoon of ground ginger, and a half a teaspoon of salt. And then we just want to mix these in. Now we're going to start adding all of our wet ingredients. I think I'll put the egg in first and try to break it up a little bit. Then we have 2 cups of almond milk. You could use any kind of milk you like. A 1/4 cup of unsweetened applesauce, a teaspoon of vanilla, and I'm just going to eyeball it, 2 tablespoons of sugar-free pancake syrup. I sprayed my measuring spoon. Hopefully it'll come out a little bit easier, especially with the molasses. I wasn't sure if I'd have enough, but I just did. And then 2 tablespoons of molasses. No. 1.5 tablespoons. And that is it. This goes in a 350 degree oven in a 9 by 9 inch dish. This is my 9 by 9. It's my Pampered Chef stoneware dish. You can use glass or I guess metal. I'm not sure honestly how you change the cooking if it's in a metal dish. But I think glass and stoneware will be the same. But this will cook about 35 minutes, like I said, at 350. And while that's in the oven, we're going to come back and make the glaze that goes on it. For the glaze, we just have 3/4 cup of powdered sugar substitute. And I use the Lecanto monk fruit. 2 tablespoons of milk. You can use almond milk. I have skim milk because it was closest in the fridge. I didn't have to dig out the almond milk. And then I've already added 1 teaspoon of vanilla to that. And all we need to do is whisk it together and let it sit while our gingerbread bakes our oatmeal. Now this is a thin glaze because it's going to soak into the oatmeal. It's not going to frost it. So we will just let this sit here and be back when the oatmeal's ready. Okay, the oatmeal is out. You can see it's firm, so it did go 35 minutes. We want to pour this glaze over it while it's still hot from the oven. Spread it around, and you can see it's going to soak in. I guess if you wanted to have it a thick, like frosting type thing, just don't put as much milk in it. Just add your milk a little at a time. And we're going to let this sit here and soak in for about 20 minutes before we cut it. Okay, I had already started dishing these up when I realized I didn't have my camera, my phone light on while I was recording, and it was really dark. I wanted you to see how moist this oatmeal is. It is not a dry slab of baked oatmeal. See where that glaze has soaked in? Oh, I'm sorry. There we go. I was saying this is kind of like the poke cake of oatmeals. You know how when you make a poke cake, while it's still hot, you pour your glaze or topping, whatever it is you want to put on it, your pudding mixture, whatever, and it soaks in and makes it all moist. That's exactly what this glaze does to this oatmeal. So you're not going to get a dry oatmeal here. It smells insanely delicious. So there's that. We're going to go ahead and start on our shrimp. We want 1 tablespoon of oil. I'm using avocado oil. I'm just eyeballing what a tablespoon looks like. You know I don't count that when I'm cooking like this, when I'm sauteing. I'm using, I can't believe it's not Butter Light. The original recipe was made when I was doing low carb and I used real butter. But that makes this 1 point per serving. And since we're going out to eat tonight, that's 6 points over the week off of my 49 weeklies. And I would just soon save them for tonight because I'm going to need them. We're going to the fish camp. So that is why I am substituting light butter, which I know is mostly water, but it'll work. Okay, now we want to add our 1.5 pounds of thawed, and you can buy it fresh. This is frozen that I thawed out. It's peeled, deveined, no tail. It's ready to go. I don't have to mess with it. So we just want to add a little bit of salt and pepper. Now I'm not using my house seasoning because what we're going to put on it already has onion powder in it, and I don't want to overwhelm it. So just let this saute until they just start to turn pink. Okay, it has started to turn pink. We want to add our seasonings. We have 2 teaspoons of onion powder, a teaspoon of paprika, and a teaspoon of Italian seasoning. And then we have 5 tablespoons, not tablespoons, it's 5 teaspoons, which is like 5 cloves of minced garlic. And I just use the garlic in the container. Then we want to combine this. All right, now that everything is pretty well combined, we want to add a 1/4 cup of chicken stock. Now what I'm using is reconstituted chicken bouillon, a 1/4 teaspoon to a 1/4 cup of hot water, and then any kind of hot sauce you want. Oh my gosh, I thought it had the I'm gonna be burning on this one. I was thinking it had the stopper on it, but you can tell I don't use it very often. It's this kind of stopper, so I just set myself up for heat because y'all know I do not eat spicy stuff. That little tad bit that was going to go on it was just for a little bit of flavor. Boy, I messed up. Maybe once it mixes with the rice, it'll tone it down. If not, I'll just drink milk with it. Okay, it's fine if this is undercooked. It's preferably undercooked is better because we're going to be reheating it. So that is all there is for the shrimp. For the rice, I just cooked it. It's brown rice. I cooked it in this little mini dash rice cooker. It's the only way I cook rice anymore. I have a video, I will link it up in the cards, a review on how to make rice and oatmeal, and it seemed like there was one other thing, but it shows you how this little gadget works, and I absolutely love it. You put your rice in your water, you mash the button, it goes on cook, shows up warm when it's done. So I'm just going to serve this family style in a bowl, but I wanted to let you know that I do have a video to let you see how this works, because I think I heard somebody say, or I read in a group, that maybe this week the Dash appliances are on sale at Target. So it might be something you want to check into. I don't know. All right. Well, that's it for the rice. For my Brussels sprouts, I had already put a bag of Brussels sprouts in my buggy when I went around to the convenience type produce, and I found these. They were on sale for $4.49. They had $3 off, so I got them for $1.49 each, which was the same price as the little bag of Brussels sprouts, but these are already washed, cut, and seasoned. So that's why we're going to take the easy route. And all I want to do is roast these at 350. Nope, I'm going to roast them at 425. I don't think I've been saying anything right today. 425. I'm trying to see. They don't feel like they have any. I think they would have to have some sort of oil on them. I think they do. So I'm not going to spray them with any more. Some of these are kind of big, so I'm not sure how long it'll take, but I'll just keep a check on them. Like I said, at 425. Okay, so here is what we ended up with. We have our 6 servings of the gingerbread baked oatmeal for simply filling is 1 point. Now, any points from here on out, I will just be doing simply filling. And if there's an old recipe on the website that has blue or green or purple or whatever, then it'll be on there. But with the new Weight Watchers plan coming out, and then some people on calories, some people on carbs, it's just kind of impossible to give points for everything. So I'm just going to give you the points for what I'm eating. And I think if you've been on a program long enough, if you're sticking with blue or purple or green, you can kind of gauge, looking at a recipe, how many points or the range it's going to be in. So I'm just going to leave it at that and let everyone put their own recipes in their own recipe builder, which is what we should be doing anyway, because we make mistakes. Ingredients are pointed different. So you get the picture. Anyway, that was our breakfast. And then lunch is the garlic shrimp, roasted Brussels sprouts, brown rice, and lemon to squeeze a little bit of lemon juice over it when I serve it. Now, all this is 0 points for me, so the whole meal will be 0 points on Simply Feeling. And then Roy's Light Pumpkin Pie, I think is 0 points. I've already forgot what I looked at. I think it is 0 points for maybe the whole pie. I've got the paper here somewhere. Anyway, it's on his website. It is 0 points, I know, for at least a serving, if not for the whole pie, right off the top of my head. So there you have it. This is what I'm having this week to keep myself on track. And I hope you have a good weekend, and I will see you in my next video.